Hello and welcome to NEODUEL Backpack Monsters Developer Plays. I'm Baho. I'm the game designer and balance guy for NEODUEL Backpack Monsters. And in this video, I'm going to go over the basics at first and go into more detail of every single mechanic we have in NEODUEL. While doing that, I'm going to talk about game design a little bit and how we think about balance while balancing the game. Yeah, it's a developer plays video. And we are going to play one run together. So when you open the game, this is the screen you are going to see. Here we have our name, how many games we played, how many medals. This is the character selection screen. And we have our rank. Right now I am the fish guy in second rank. And we have the daily, weekly and all-time leaderboards. So right, you can just go and start into new game. The tutorial part is just information about the game. So first, let me tell you what the game is. The game is an auto battler inventory management PvP game, but the PvP is not real time. It's on your own pace. You fight against other players' builds that they have sent in the same elo and the same stage as you are. So it's almost as if it's multiplayer, but you can match people from a couple hours before, so you don't have to wait queues. And you can just play one round, go eat, come back, or you can just play as fast as you can, and it's fine as well. So as I said, tutorial, it shows every single mechanic we have here. I'm not going to show you these right now one by one. I'm going to talk to you about how they are. Here we have the library for the Cosmions, the library for augments. I'm going to talk about these in a moment. We have the buffs and debuffs in our game. And we have the fusions page. So this is when two things fuse together. We have things called essences and we have the Cosmions. So you can explore this page. It's divided by elements. So I think I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's go into the first page. When we click new run, when we open a new run, we see this page. This is our shop page. Most players spend the most time in this place. Here you will always see 4 options and 1 essence option. This will be your shop. You have some coins. You spend your coins in the shop. You place it in your bag. You click start duel and you fight other players. You have 5 lives and you try to get 15 wins. This is essentially what the game is. Now let's get down to the details. First, when you hover over a unit, you get information about it. So this unit is an attacker. You can see the swords on the top left. It's an air unit. You can see the element on the top right. And then we see the stats. So it deals 2 damage. It deals 2 damage every 2 seconds. And whenever it triggers, it expands 2 energy. So what is energy? You have your HP, your hit points, and your energy. Energy replenishes every 2 seconds. Every second by 2. So every second you gain 2 energy. So this thing spends 1 energy every 2 seconds. So it's 0.5 energy per second. So you can put 4 of these and you will not lose any energy at all. You also start with full energy, 6 energy I think at the first stages. So realistically you can go a little overboard with the energy expenditure and it is more optimal that way. We have the accuracy. So whenever this hits, it has an 50% chance to miss or 85% chance to hit. And it has 10% crit damage and 10% crit chance on the left and 200% crit damage on the right. And every unit, also not every unit, but most units have some kind of effect. What I mean by that is, for example, this one has a link. Let's not talk about links right now. Actually, every single unit here has links. So let me get this, let me get this, let me get this, and let me roll once. All right. So for example, this unit. This unit is a defender, as you see with the shield icon on the left top. And it's a nature unit on the top right. We have 5 elements, by the way: air, nature, fire, electric, and water. each have their own unique playstyle and their own unique versions, units. You can mix match elements. You can play with one element. Some elements are good when they are played with one element. Some elements require you to mix match more. You'll learn this as you play the game. So let's talk about this one. So this one on start gives you 3 restoration, and restoration is every 2 seconds restore 1 health. You can see it on the top right. So when you put this unit in your bag, you get 3 restoration at the start of the battle. This is what this has no cooldown, this has no energy. We have a unit like this as well. So this one does not do anything on start, but whenever you put a debuff on the enemy, you restore 1 HP. So there are units that put debuffs on the enemy as time progresses. So when you put this unit, it is really good for you. These are how you read units. So as with every single auto battler, this game requires a lot of reading. And let's talk about links before we process. So links are these broken things on the right. So for example, this will not work. Why? Because this link has a requirement. It has the air icon. So it only links with air. The same things with drip. So this is an air essence. When I put it like this, they all link. Well, when this links, it does not consume any energy. When this links, it gives me haste, which makes everything trigger faster. Before we click start duel, one more thing I want to talk about is fusions. So this says available fusions, drip, and the outcome is no clef. This can be kind of confusing. So let's come here. Let's come to fusions. By the way, this opens settings. This opens codex right away. When I scroll down and find the air part, by the way, filters is coming real soon. When I come and look at the air parts and I find drip. So one drip fuses with another drip. It's, by the way, reverse for bird. It's bird on reverse. It becomes a no clef, which is a falcon. Yeah, I know. So looking at this, I can see, okay, I'll get a drip, I'll get a falcon no clef. But then I will need 2 no clefs to make a Yakrut. By the way, we are from Turkey, so this one is called Turkey. So this is a really strong Cosmion. So to do this, I need 4 drips, because this does not appear on the shop. Almost no fusion outputs appear in the shop. So here you can see a lot of things. You can decide on the build when you look at here. So for example, this says I need a Plin or a Crick or a issue to become Bragoon. You don't be like, okay, what is a Bragoon? Like, is it strong? Do I want it? You can just come here. Okay, this fuses with a Kriko. It makes a Bragoon. Okay, this is a strong unit. It will be good for me. But right now, I am just going to go with this. So when we play start duel, we just find an enemy who played our stage. They actually made a really strong starting board. We have a log. So at the start of the battle, Dribs gives me haste. Duopon gives me restoration. This gives me haste because it links says so. Let me put my video right here. And the enemy got 1 clarity from the air essence, and so did we. This is where you see your buffs. Clarity increases accuracy. As you can see, these accuracies are increased on our Cosmions. Here you can see everything that deals damage. For example, everything that misses. This battle log, by the way, this is the battle. We have the energies here. We have the total shield here. The buffs, the debuffs, and HP. When our HP reaches 0, we die. It's the same with every single game. Here we have the tabs. Here we can see the total damage. Here we can see the total healing made. The only healing in the game is our restoration. Here we can see the shields given. We have no shielding units, not them, not us. And here we have the effects. So these effects are fixed because we don't have anything that gives us effects over time. But as you progress in the game, there are a lot of things that gives buffs and debuffs over time. So these tabs are all very useful. For example, one duopon actually gave us the same value almost as the drip. Actually less, but more value than the Plin. because it healed us 12 by itself, but the Plin dealt 10 damage, but the Pedro dealt 39 damage overall. Here you can play with the game speed. I usually play at times X, times 2x. If I'm trying to test something or I'm just like not watching the fights, I get it to 3x. If I'm really curious about my board or the enemy's board, I play around here. To each their own. So we lost the battle. You can check what happened. Pedro dealt 72 damage. That's like insane. But that unit actually expands a lot of energy. So what we are doing is we are not using a lot of energy. We are using less than 1 energy per second, which is really inefficient because this is one of your most important resources, especially early in the game. So you should try to put as many attackers as you can to spend that energy. So we also get the lens from the shop as well. So I'm just gonna get another drip. This is really lucky because we found another drip. So if I put it here, I activate all the links I have. I'll still use this. We don't have much money. By the way, we have another 2 more mechanics to show you. You can reserve items in the shop. I don't have enough money. I want to buy this tiger. Okay, by the way, it generates 1 coin every single stage. So this actually increases your income. I can reserve it. I'm actually going to reserve Capra. Or if I don't want these things to fuse, I can lock this. And this will not fuse with this. I want it to fuse, but I can just lock it. By the way, things that are going to fuse, they have a line between them, which shows that they are going to fuse and become something in the next round. For things to fuse, you need to fight. I don't remember if I said this. You need to go into battle. So we have a bunch of haste, which makes these units faster. So we are still not using all of our energy because these 2 attack at the same time. Our energy goes down to 2. But then we fill it right back up. So we are still not efficient enough. But the opponents, they were really strong. They had a fused unit in the second round. So because my league is not the lowest, it's 1200, 1300 almost. My opponents are strong. And upgrades. We get 3 upgrades during the run. Each upgrade changes the game. Some change it more, some change it less. Here you can see what we are talking about in the upgrade. So here we have, okay, you gain 3 spikes. What is spike? I'm a new player. Spike is when hit, you deal damage back. All Cosmions consume 0.5 less energy. Nice. So we are thinking of playing air. So this is good. It's a boring augment. Some upgrades are boring. Some upgrades are really fun. This one's one of the boring ones. This one's one of the more fun ones because you can put a lot of things in the inside with this. Also, we have reroll functions for each and every one. So I'm going to reroll this one. It says if you have no more than 4 Cosmions of the same element. So you play a lot of different elements. We are not going to do this run. I'm going to also reroll this. Your common and rare Cosmions consume less energy. This is really good if you are going for a comp with like a lot of Pedros and stuff like that. But that is not what we are going to do. So we are going to pick up the air one. We have the Falcon, the Noclaf. So this has a link with no condition. It says link. So it links with a nature defender, an air attacker, and an air essence. We have Plin. We didn't link it. So let's link it right here. Let's get the Capra. Let's put the links. What Capra does is on start, it gives us shield. And for every link, it gives us 5 more shield. Early game, 5 shield is not small at all. So we are going to use this. We have Matrot. So what this does is on start, it gives us 2 clarity and 2 energize. And every 3 seconds, it gives its links crit damage. Crit chance. So this is really good. For us, we want Noclaf to crit, so I'm going to link it to Noclaf. Right now, again, we are not using a lot of energy. This thing, even with all the haste, it's not going to spend more than 1 energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get the attacker that is on my shop. I'm probably going to sell this, even though it's an air unit. Down the line, it's going to go down the hole. By the way, to sell things, we have here. So you sell things for half the cost. So this was 5. Normally it sells for 2, but the original price of cap cop is 6. We got it for 5 because of our upgrade. So yeah, it sells for 3. This sells for 3. This sells for 2. Also, one more mechanic we have here. With this, we can move the whole backpack. So you can just get this and put it somewhere else to make moving easier. And we have this, which just drops everything. Sometimes during the run, you need to do this because everything gets really complicated. So also one more thing, left control button shows all the links. So we have all the links activated. Do we get anything in return? No, just like clap yourself. That's it. You do get benefits, but for example, not activating one link of Kepra is not a big deal. So if the fight is not very close, this is not going to matter. But let's see, maybe the fight is very close. We just got a lot stronger. Right now, we are using our energy much efficiently. We can even put another attacker. And we had some shielding at the start, and our enemy was real weak. I don't know what this guy was thinking. He did not link his guy. He did not link his plane, and he has no attackers at all. So we did 220, like 250 damage to them, and they did 22 damage to us. And we had like, they did have some healing as well, but nothing that can like fight us. And we can see Kepra's shielding right here. So we had this resort for us. We are buying this one. And I can just buy this, link it with air easily. And here it gives us a small energy warning. This is when the game talks about energy, because we are actually using 2.33 energy per second. So this is about 2 energy. But what this does not calculate is the planes are not using any energy at all. So we are actually still fine with energy. Let's get this. Let's fuse this for future references. All right. So this is the core gameplay, as you can see. Before playing the rest of the run, let me talk about the game design. When designing this game, what we intended is to make a lot of units played in a lot of different boards, to have a lot of different meta strategies, viable strategies. So right now, today is like 10th. We have about, no, 7th. We have about 11, 12, like very viable high elo strategies, and many people play very different things in the highest elo. Let's get the tiger. So these two fuse. Whenever things are going to fuse, this is what they do. And when we do fuse them, okay, so I need to put this into air. You see the mark like this. They need to touch. When they don't touch, you do not see the green line. When they do touch, you do see the green line. Okay, back to what I was talking about. We have very different strategies. We have a strategy where you play like 20 butterflies. We have a strategy where you just go hard into the fusion lines. By the way, this one has 2 elements. Do not forget things like that. We have a meta comp that's full fire. We have a meta comp that actually feeds off the fire of the opponent and gets stronger. So we wanted to give the player a lot of options. Also, we do have builds that are not really very strong, but people do play. For example, people love buffing this, speeding this up with haste, speeding this up with some units like, let me show you. Some units like Air Slimy, which speeds up air units. And playing a unit that boom, boom, boom. Every time this unit deals damage, it gains 1 damage more. So let me show you live. So it hits. It's 8-10. It hits 9-11, 10-12, 11-13, 12-14. It ramps up as time goes off. So when you buff this, like we gave it crit chance. I don't know if it crit at all. Let's see. Job. Yeah, it crit for 26, for example. When it crits, when you give it speed, when you give it some crit damage, this thing can really get insane. So, by the way, you can see that we are facing weaker opponents. That's because we are 3-2. So at the start, when you are 0-0, you can match very strong boards, you can match very weak boards. But we got 2 losses at the start. So the people we matched against, the builds that we pulled from the database, they were all 3-2. Which affected their performance. They were weak boards. So as you play more, as you get further into the game, or if you have 0 losses, you will face harder and harder matchups until you lose, or you get 15 wins and 0 losses, which is really, really rare. Alright. Oh, we have a reroll button, which I used, but I did not tell you guys about. This one rolls the shop. I don't like the things. It rolls the shop. By the way, I did like a thing there, but for the sake of showing you guys, I skipped it. When you hover it, it says 70% chance of commons, 25% chance of rares, and 5% chance of epics. So whenever I click this, every single thing first rolls a dice, every single slot, to decide what rarity it's going to show you, and after that it rolls another dice which decides what Cosmion is going to show you. So boom. So we got 2 rares, 2 commons, lucky. And from rares we got these, from commons we got these. So as the game progresses, you get rarer Cosmions. So as you guys remember, we wanted to make a recruit right here. For that we need 4 drips. We only have 2 drips. So what we need to do is we need to roll 2 more drips. And those are common. So we need to roll while we are still in the earlier stages to get drips. No drips. Maybe we can get this for some shields, but I think we are fine. I'll always get air essences. So essences actually help a lot. They make units into their own elements. Also, inside their own elements, they are used a lot. So this unit actually evolves with essences. This unit also evolves with essences, so we need this. We'll probably use this one as well. And even if you don't use them to evolve, it gives 5 clarity. So this unit, this element is about dealing damage to the opponent with attackers. So you do not want them to miss. So right now we start with 13 clarity, which makes every single unit of us deal damage 100%. We have an ice opponent, which they were real strong. So for this fight, if I didn't have a couple links ready, we would have probably lost. So they dealt a bunch of frostbite damage. They were actually really strong. Like, I'm surprised we won. And what they have is they gain 5 toughness. So we also get another upgrade. As the game progresses, you guys get more coins per stage. Your maximum HP increases and you get more upgrades. You get upgrades up to 3. So rare essences. We don't need play a build that requires a lot of essences. We can roll this. So we do not play burn or acid as well. This is useless for us. Links. We do not have that many links. This one's really good for people who like to play strong boards early game and then go for a weaker board. But this one is better for us to like really drive that winning force into our opponents. So let's see. It's a 1 cost. You can never go wrong with a 1 cost. Alright. This one, for example, this one has 3 links. What it does is it gives 30% crit chance and crit damage to every single one of its links. So we gotta link this with as many attackers as we can. So yeah, this game is also a puzzle game. I don't know if I said this before. We put this here. If I put this right here. By the way, wait, this is a good time to introduce this mechanic as well. We have, these are just zones where you put units on them. But some zones are actually special. Not all zones are created equal, I would say, let's say. Literally 1 second, I'm going to let my cat out. See, right here. All right. So the cat went where he wanted to go, and I'm back. So this zone actually gives critical chance to things that are on it, and this one makes them trigger faster. So if we can put this unit and make it touch both, and we can get this unit and make it give crit to this unit as well. And finally, make this touch this one as well. This guy will be faster. Will have probably 100% crit chance a little bit into the game. And will probably carry us to victory. And let's put the rest of the units as well. We want this guy to be fast and crit as well. So we have a decision to make. We can do like this and give 30% crit chance and damage from here, but not make it faster. And I think this one's much worth it. Let's link this. Let's give the speed buff to this butterfly. I want the crit to be given to this guy as well. When you get... There are some characters that are like support characters. Clepus is one of them. So, like, if you buy this, you should probably try to activate all its links. And I want an attacker touching this one as well. And this one also activates the planes links as well. So this... we did a really good job here, if I say so myself. So this guy, he can just stay wherever. These guys can stay wherever as well. There are some things that want to fuse. I don't want to fuse you guys. And we are not finding any drips. That is a little concerning because the game keeps progressing and maybe we cannot evolve this guy. And if we cannot evolve this guy, we'll just go with another carry. For now, this guy will probably carry us to victory for a while. Alright, let's see. It's a fast game, so we started. Nokulov is ramping up. It has 64% crit chance. This guy is giving him crit chance. Also, we have some crit chances on these guys as well. 60% on Nokulov, 82% on Capcop. So we kind of need some luck as well, because while we are hitting, we need to crit, because we are also giving crit damage to these guys. Normally, units have crit damage of 150%. So Mira is a little different. No, Mira isn't different. Our opponent had a augment called critical point. Cosmion critical damage is increased by 50%. We would love this one, by the way. So base crit damage is 150% for most of them. So making it 200% and then dealing crit damage like Capcop did here with 38 damage. I think this was also increased by Bloodlust. We are doing really well. As I said, we did a really well, what do you call it, placement. And we are also having a real strong time. The one build that will easily beat us if we meet it. I'm going to fuse this so we can speed Capcop even more. Is spike build, because as we deal damage to the enemy, they will deal damage to us back, and that is not something we would like a lot. We have a defender zone. For every shield guy inside it, we gain 10 shield at the start. So this guy is not a shield guy, but this guy is a shield guy, so we put him here, put it here, the duopone, and we are going to get 10 shield at the start. I think we can like win for a while. We have a water build, and not a bad water build either in front of us, but they are kind of missing. So water is very interesting. I love water. It's my favorite thing to play. I don't know why I'm not playing water right now. I think it's a little complicated. You gain flow on yourself, and the units use flow. So this one consumes 3 flow from yourself and deals damage. And if you don't have flow, it does not trigger. It actually gives you 1 flow, but that's for future reference. So yeah, that's how the game works. I don't know if I should complete the tournament. I think this is a good place to drop. So we got the drip. Let's put it. I want this guy to be speeding up even more. sped up even more. Let's get this. Let's get the Slimmy for more speed. Can we find another drip? If we can, it will be really good. Yes. So let's make the Yakrut and then leave. So we are going to make a ultimate unit really soon. So what do I mean by ultimate units? I'm going to show you very soon. Let's finish at least that ultimate unit. So as you finish runs, let's talk about this aspect of the game. As you finish runs, you get an elo. So it's a competitive online game. So you just repeat the same thing. There are 15 stars to be won, and there are 5 lives to be lost. When you finish a run, either by losing all your lives or getting 15 wins, you get a score in the middle of your screen. So this is your little Game Boy. So what this does is it affects this one. And as with every game, your rank is determined by this number right here. So the players should try to get as many wins as they can while losing as little lives as they can. This one actually requires casters inside, which this guy is a caster. This guy is a caster. And these two didn't fuse because I forgot to put them next to each other. Wow. So I really like this guy. Let's put this, and this one's gonna fuse as well. And I think we are going to have energy problems in this battle. So when you look at my board, see, because they are out of energy, some of them cannot deal damage. So these guys, they actually use 0 energy right now. But things that do use energy, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attackers. And we lost. So this guy, even though he ramps up, he is kind of weak. So I think I'm going to get rid of him this turn. And put our new guy here. Okay, each wing gives 5 additional coins. Nice, excess healing, we do not heal. No empty cells. This is really hard to do. I don't really like it because I'm not really that good at filling every single empty space. This one's good, but I want something that's going to help me fight. So this one's really interesting. Gain 1 random astral Cosmion. So when you go into the codex and look at astral Cosmions, you can find these. Like we can get these, not this one. What else we can get? We can get nothing from fire. We can get this one. We can get this one. You can get fusions as well. We can get nothing from air. They're all legendary. We can get this one. Yes, we can get Eclipse, which will be really good for us. So it gives a very strong Cosmion to you early on. But let's go with 7 haste. I think much better. Let's get rid of this one because his time is mostly up. He has this guy, Aetherlink, has 1 more fusion, which will make it very strong. By the way, this one's effect says for every clarity you have, gain 3% crit damage and crit chance, which is really good because we do have a bunch of clarity from essences from Noklaf. So let's start duel. We have 9 clarity. We are going to get a lot more essences, by the way. We need, because 5 is going to go down. Yeah. Our Aetherlink is dealing a lot of damage, but we are still sometimes are out of energy. Which will be fixed when these two fuse, because they will consume less energy when they fuse together. Some turns, when you try to fuse things, you will lose some HP. That is just how the game works. So, we have 2 strong attackers right now. We have the Yakrut and we have the Galewing. I want them both to touch here. So, what I do is this. This guy gets the speed, this guy gets the speed. They both get crit, so, and they both get Clepus as well. And these two fuse, and they make a beast of a unit. So we are going to meet that unit really soon. I'm going to make Galewing a little faster, and I'm still putting him in the hard zone. So what I do is, these Slimmies, they cost 1. I always try to get Slimmies if I have gold coin, Because if I find a hard zone, I can just like put them here. And each Slimy gives me 10 maximum HP. And they deal 4 damage. So this thing is worth 14. And if I make something like this, it will be worth 14 plus times 3. Effective HP. And always I can just put something useful into it as well. And just use it like that too. But if I don't have any casters to put into this, that's how I use it. Because maximum HP is a little better than shields. Because shields get attacked by acid, which deals 2 damage to shields. Burn while deals 1 damage to HP. And also shields cannot be recovered, but you can recover your health, which makes it better. So let's just roll a bunch, as I said before, because we can. Okay, I got this. What we can do here is just this, which gives crits to all these butterflies. I can put another butterfly here. Let's see if I can get some easy casters. These ones are also the same. They are very easy to get casters, which is very useful. Any air cylinder would be good. So putting it like this still makes hard zone work, but it also connects and it will fuse. Right now I'm just rolling fast. You guys don't need to follow. Okay, I'm just getting like defenders. I'm getting special zones. Okay, if this guy is also a caster, I can put this guy there. Wait, I locked a bunch of things. All right. And this one. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to put everything I want the way I want. And sometimes, guys, you just gotta say, all right, that's it, you know? Okay, so if you put this one's a caster, to both zones, it will activate both of them. So what this one will do is I'm going to get 20 from this one. All right, this looks Gucci, I would say. Let's go. As I said, like right now we are 8 wins. We are in a good situation. So our enemies won't be that weak, but we are really strong. And we have the ultimate unit. It's a legendary unit. Gale Wing is also a legendary unit. So this one, every time it hits, it gains 20% critical damage. And when you link it with a Cosmion, like Gale Wing will also gain that critical damage, which is really good. I think, yeah, this works. And I should speed up something that is useful, but right now I don't really have anything like that. We have a bunch of zones. We don't really have enough zones. So making Volcris fast is good because as it deals damage, it will speed up. It will increase the critical damage of itself and Gale Wing. And while these guys don't really have that much damage, they do have a lot of crit damage. They will have a lot of crit damage. One problem the game says is we have energy problems, but these butterflies use 0, as we talked about before. And while these both used 3, their timers are really different, so they won't really interact with each other that much. But let's get an electric essence for just a little bit energized. So and a little bit energized, we got 2 from Matrot and 1 from this, which increases our energy regeneration a little bit. And as the game progresses, max energy actually goes up a bunch. So you can handle units like this fighting together. Actually, we have extra energy, not less. We have extra energy. Cloudy skies was what our opponents was going for. Full electric. But we are real strong. Like when we look at this, while Volcris doesn't have 100% crit chance, I think we should put some red zones under him. Gale Wing has a lot of crit damage because of 20 accuracy we have. Because Volcris triggers and gives Gale Wing crit damage. So let's see how much it deals. So Gale Wing deals 86. Volcris deals 109 because it's a much more expensive unit. This unit requires 4 dribs, 1 Clepus and so. This guy actually gives us strength, which makes every single attacker Cosmion gain damage. So every single of these guys gain damage, and whatever we link it to gains benefits more from the strength stat. So when I do this, actually, let's also get this, put it here, put these casters in it, and we are doing really well. When I do this, Gale Wing will gain more strength, like double the benefit from strength. So we are giving a lot of critical damage. It has 100% critical chance, and while we are doing that, it will also have a bunch of damage. This guy, it's just a defender. It's a strong defender. I like playing it. Activating its links are mostly important, but we don't really have a conventional way of doing it, so I'm just gonna put it like this. I'm not gonna go too hard into it and just start duel, and you're going to see the effects. Every time the sword triggers, we gain strength, and while the strength gives, like, we have 2-3 strength, these guys normally have 2 damage, they have 5, but Gale Wing actually gets 6 from this. So when it hits really hard. So out of energy from Walkers, which actually surprised me. What changed? Did we leave any links out? Did we make it too fast? I don't know. But yeah, we are doing really well, but this was really close because he was spike build, our enemy. While we dealt damage to them, they dealt damage back to us with spikes. But they had 35 spikes, and our Gale Wing was dealing like 113, so it could only reflect back 35, which helped us. So we have space for this. Usually you do not have space for this unit because it's huge. But luckily we do have space for this unit. It needs to be linked with casters, which is linking it is really important. So I'm looking for one more. Just a cheap caster, which we could not find. What I can do is just leave one. Oh, get this guy here. It's more important than 10 because every single time this guy triggers, we are going to steal 1 buff, and for every link, it steals 1 more buff. So we are going to steal 4 buffs every single time this triggers. It's a very good unit, but it's expensive and it's big, so it's not used much at all, and it's rare as well. Oh, we have Exodia on the enemy team. This guy gains and inflicts 5 of all buffs and debuffs and has insane damage. This guy is made with, let me show you a codex. Can we come right now? Oh, we don't have it on codex because we wanted to keep it a secret a little bit. This guy is actually made, I think it's on the very top. Made with all ducks. So what you need to do is, you need to find 5 ducks. You need to find every single elements, water essence, and you need to make 5 ducks and not lose the game and fuse them all. So losing this fight is very normal. Rogue Duck is really strong. It also gives a lot of buffs and debuffs. Actually, it was closer than I expected. So Rogue Duck deals 130 damage. They also deal a lot of debuffs, frost debuffs as well. We are down to our last HP. Which is not very nice, good to know. So this guy, every single time it triggers, it heals 20 HP, and if it is like if you are full HP and it triggers, it gives shields. So healers are actually just a little bit weaker. By the way, you guys can see on the top place right now, just a little bit weaker than shield guys, because they need to heal, you need to lose HP before they can do anything. But with this guy, it is a little bit fixed. I don't know if I have space for it. I think I don't, so I'm just going to ignore it. I can get this one, maybe put something there, and this guy's links can be activated even more. And yeah, for every link, it gives more shield for every trigger, and triggers every 4 seconds. So linking it fully makes you gain 45 shield. If we didn't link it at all, we would only get 20 shield, which is like more than double. We can also get a sword and put the sword on Volocris. And I think we should, but I don't know if we can gather enough from selling stuff. So sell this. No, actually just lock it. And pray that we do not lose to this guy. So our opponent also has 1 HP left and 11 wins. And this fight was relatively easy. Galewing did 1000 damage. And our plins are like dealing 98. All of them combined are dealing like what? 220, 300, 170, 470. So all the butterflies are not dealing as much as our Volocris. And what happened? Galewing 140, 140 each. That's insane. So we are going to put the sword on our Volocris as well. And we are going to link a plin as well, which is really good. And let's try to link a plin here too, actually, if we can, because why not? More strength, they will deal more damage, and we can still get double value from here. We can still get value from here. And if we put this one right there, yeah, this one should stay here. I think we can get Volocris to 100% crit chance as well, because it wasn't 100%. Let's sell this, get the upgraded version, and we will never be out of energy. So these are both 100% crit chance. They have a bunch of crit damage, and they are getting a lot of... Even these plins are like getting insane, because we have a bunch of strength. They trigger. When they trigger, they both give strength. And look, these butterflies are like 14 damage. And if they crit for 28. So this fight was over real fast, because they had no defenses. Like they only have this guy who has 4th shield. Yeah, our 2 carries are dealing insane damage. We have 24 clarity. So even if they blind us, this cloud is actually blind. It says decrease accuracy of opponent's Cosmions. Which place is the best place to stay? Yeah, I think we can just put our camera here for the rest of this vid. So, our Cosmions still have 100% accuracy because we have a bunch of clarity. Alright. This zone is actually really good. It makes the units inside consume less energy. We have no use for it right now, but it is really good. Oh, this one's good, but we have no way of putting it. We have no energy problems. Let's skip that. This guy is also really good, but again, I think there is no way we are playing him because of energy problems. I can put another Eclipse. I want to put another Eclipse. If I can find space for it, and I think I can find space for it. Yes, I just did. Yeah, one link not being activated, it's not the end of the world. And I think like it's doesn't matter at all. Yeah, this is insane. I think this is one of the stronger boards I played lately. These Eclipses actually, by the way, they also get sped up. They had 6-second cooldowns, as you guys saw. But because I have 12 haste, by the way, these percentages, they are diminishing. So this is not 36%, which would be like really insane. It is like 30%, 28%, stuff like that. So we are actually stealing 5. Is it 5? No, it's more. This is 4 and this is 3. Yeah, it's 7. We are stealing 7 buffs every 4 seconds from them, and they have like no buffs left. I don't know if they had any. I think they had some regen. But yeah. And like this is the guy I was talking about. This actually consumes burn and gets stronger, but we were just better, I guess. Restoration kept us alive. Dorangutan is giving a lot of shields. Actually, it's our only shielder. We are a little bit weak as well. And we are going into the last battle. Let's just try to put no more fusions. Let's just try to put as many essences as we can. They will, most of them, be useful. Yeah, this is it. What we can do is like sell this, get this to optimize it even further. But right now, our whole board is complete. We have a bunch of links. And what we are facing is another opponent who is 14-4. So whoever strong is going to get the medal. So every win is a medal. They had more shields at start and they are still getting shielded. But let's see if we can win. Gale Wing actually deals insane damage. And we won. 15 wins and 4 losses, which is also an achievement. We brought the achievement system a little late into the game, so I didn't have these ones actually. It was a fun run. I think I explained the game as well as I could. This build is viable. It's a fun build to play, in my opinion. But like, for example, eclipses are not used. The only reason I used these is because I had space and I had coin. Instead of these, you can put morplins. You can put some defenders. We never saw the air defender, the duck guy, the platypus. The platypus is really good to use in air crit builds. Yeah, I guess this is it from us. I got 100 elo from 15-4. If I lost no lives, this would be like 150. Something like that. So when you finish a run, you just click new game and go again. Yeah, we are improving the game all the time. Any problems you see, I'm checking discussions, Steam discussions. I'm checking Discord constantly. We are trying to fix any issues you guys might encounter. Yeah, that's it. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the game. It does have a bunch of reading, but which auto battler doesn't have this? You can just look at other people, learn from other people. Other people are always your teachers in games like this. Your opponents are your teachers. You can see a cool build. You can try to replicate it. Yeah, that's it. Have a great day. And I hope you enjoy NEODUEL Backpack Monsters.